Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, depending on where you are in the world. How are you doing? How are you doing? How are you doing? We are back, we are back, we are back. Today we're talking about the election results in Germany, Deutschland. I've been watching this development very closely because of what's been happening in Europe in the past 5 years, I should say, where we've seen a trend of Western capitals, Western countries moving towards the right, embracing conservative values, and seeing a news organization across Europe and across the West going into a frenzy, being upset about this phenomena. So it's fascinating for me because Germany is the undisputed leader of Europe. So Europe becoming more conservative is very, very good and very instructive in terms of what to expect from Europe going forward. But without further ado, let's just go right into it. Yes, folks. Oh, this is such good news for me. Germany had its elections in this last 24 hours. And the Bundestag elections, the results are not confirmed yet, but as of right now, when the time is pretty much around, let's just say Berlin time, it's 10 p.m. The Conservative Party is leading with 208 seats, and the Conservative Party is called the CDU, and the second party is AFD, which the news media is calling the right-wing party, which basically means that it's conservative. So the Conservative Party, CDU, will be more like the centrist, center-right, centrist party, and AFD will be more conservative. And they have for now 150 seats. And then SPD, which is Olaf Scholz's party, the former German chancellor, is number 3. And the Green Party, which is, the leftist party, or if I want to be like the news media call it, the far left party, is number 4. These results, as much as they are not confirmed yet, they have not been certified yet, are astonishing for Germany, who is known for its socialist liberal society, or it has been for the past 30 years. But what we've seen in the past 10 years or so, we've seen more and more European nations voting conservative. Even if we are not seeing them conservative majorities in a lot of the European countries, but we're seeing a trend of European countries moving towards the right. From the Brexit movement of 2015-2016, which stunned a lot of observers, which had the highest number of votes of any British election, to the Italian election in 2022, if I'm not mistaken, maybe 2023, voting for a conservative prime minister for the first time in like maybe 30, 40 years, to Hungary's Viktor Orban, who has continuously been winning and establishing conservative majorities in Hungary to the dismay of the EU, which is, I think we all know that the EU is left-wing, and to Emmanuel Macron struggling to hold on to power in France and seeing more and more conservative movements, grassroots movements in France. You remember those yellow vest protests in France, which are mostly conservative, to Poland, which is conservative. I mean, obviously the rest of Europe is conservative. When I say the rest of Europe, I'm talking about Latvia, Lithuania, Estonia, Romania, Poland, Turkey, if you want to call Turkey Europe, that's debatable. So it's just that those nations are not considered to be powerhouses in Europe. And so no one has really considered them as taken notice of them because they are not power. They are small countries and they are small economies, so they've been ignored. But you know that obviously the UK has had a conservative government for close to 12 years, which then lost power in around last year, I think. And the reason why they lost power is because they haven't been governing as conservatives. And so people can't continuously be voting for one thing and you do another thing. And so I don't really feel sorry for the UK Conservative Party because for the past 15 years, they have not done what they ran on. I think the closest thing to someone doing what they ran on was that Prime Minister, what's her name, that female one, just right before the, I'm sorry to be calling them like this, I don't know their names because it's going to take me a while now to look for their names. It was a woman, conservative woman, who had power for like a couple of weeks, and then after that, the first Indian prime minister in the UK took power. I forgot his name too, because these are not people that I know who they are, because I don't. Yeah, I'm sorry about that. But so that female conservative prime minister was the first conservative government that actually proposed conservative policies in the UK in the past 10 years. Because when Boris Johnson was governing as a liberal, so it was only inevitable that they're going to lose power, because if you're not doing what you said you're going to do. But it is very clear to me that the UK is conservative. It's more conservative, even if it's marginally conservative, but it's more conservative than it is liberal. Because conservative policies are common sense policies. It's the same story with Australia, which had a conservative government for a long time, but they were also not governing as conservatives. They were governing as liberals. The last one being Scott Morrison. Then they lost power in around, if I'm not mistaken, 2020, 2021. I don't have the actual dates. But I can also tell you now that Australia is more conservative than it is liberal, or